podcast about product management, user experience design, technology, and more. This is Product by Design.
All right, welcome back. This week and this episode, we are talking about 10 gift ideas for product managers and designers. And this episode is a bit of a crossover where I am doing it both for product thinking and product by design. So this is, I think, the first podcast crossover episode that we've done so far with these two podcasts. So whether you're listening to it on product thinking or product by design, welcome, and be sure to follow the other one. And I will put the links in the show notes, and you can check out all of the other episodes, which are awesome, and you should definitely do that. But let's dive into it. 10 gift ideas for product managers and designers, 2022 edition. That's what we're talking about. So the holiday season is upon us once again, and I know I am struggling to believe it as well, like many of you. But that, of course, means eggnog, sugar cookies, and giving gifts. You may find yourself looking for ideas for holiday gifts for those special people in your life, or struggling with ideas for your own gift list, which I struggle with every single year. So if you or anyone you know happens to be a product manager, designer, or just a technology enthusiast, we've got you covered. Or maybe you're looking to start a trend of giving gifts for work anniversaries or other special occasions. We agree completely. So definitely do that. And we've got some great options for any time of year. So you can use this episode around the holidays or anytime you're looking to give gifts. There's no rules. And we've been doing this for a few years now, and it's becoming a fun tradition. I link in this week's product thinking newsletter, which you can find again in the show notes and at productthinking.cc, the holiday gift guide from 2020 and 21. And excited that we have gathered more of our favorite gift ideas for this year. And if you want to check out the discussion, you can, of course, listen wherever you get your podcast, and be sure to follow Product Thinking and Product by Design. So once again, I have arranged the list starting with some affordable options and then moving into price is no barrier. So you have your pick of all types of gifts, and we really pull out all the stops, I think, towards the end. But let's jump in. So first off, a couple in our most affordable category. The first one is Magnetic Poetry Kit for about $20. Who doesn't like creating fridge poetry or desk poetry? And this Magnetic Poetry Kit gives you everything you need to mix and match words into poems, messages, or whatever else you have in mind. I think these are super fun, and I think everybody from kids to adults love them. So put that on the list, or feel free to send that to anybody who is a product manager, designer, or otherwise. They will definitely enjoy it. So that's first up. Second, you usually do a book recommendation. And this year, there are many books about product management and design, and we appreciate all of those. But it's also important to get our heads out of our industry and into other fields. And so that's why this year on the list, I'm recommending one of my favorite series of books, which is Sherlock Holmes. And originally, all of these books were spread into several different volumes, but now you can get them all in a single volume, like the one I link in this week's newsletter. And I'd highly suggest it. You don't have to read the whole thing at once, since each Sherlock story is kind of broken into its own episode. And each story gives you something to learn about the art of deduction. And it's highly worth it for product managers, designers, engineers, frankly, anyone, in my opinion. I even wrote an article about things we can learn from Sherlock a little while ago, and I link that. This is one of my favorite things to do each year, is to reread some of my favorite Sherlock stories. So I don't think you can go wrong with a nice leather-bound hardcover edition for about $25 from Barnes & Noble. So that it will make a great gift. Next up, the East Fork mug for about $40. Whether it's a cup of coffee in the morning, an afternoon tea, or an evening hot cocoa, we all need some good mugs. And this mug from East Fork is consistently among the top of the list when it comes to great mugs. And when you see a picture of it, you will understand. And I don't have one yet, one of these, but I probably will very shortly because I love a good mug and would love to get one of these as a gift, which is why I will just be gifting it to myself here shortly. So I will be happy to talk about how much I like it or any other thoughts I have on it. But definitely check that one out. I don't think you can go wrong with a nice mug for someone. All right. So those are, some of our lower, most affordable gift ideas, anywhere from $20 to $40. So now we're going to get into a little bit more moderate range gifts. Starting off with a hot chocolate maker or milk frother, however you want to use it, for about $55. I've been using this one for a couple seasons now, and it absolutely rocks. Whether you want a nice cup of hot cocoa on cold winter days like we're in right now, depending on when you're listening to this, of course, or a rich froth for your cappuccino. This little machine it's perfect. It can do about 1 cup of hot chocolate if that's what you're going for. So, add some gourmet cocoa and you've got yourself the perfect holiday gift set. And it's perfect to fill up that new mug. So, mug, a hot chocolate maker, milk frother, and you are on your way to a great gift package, if you will. So definitely check that one out. And of course, all of the links in the newsletter. So check that out in the show notes. Next up, the Squire Rollerball pen for $59 from Baron Fig. This pen has been absolutely amazing. So Joey and I did a podcast episode. Joey is the founder and CEO of Baron Fig, and he graciously sent me several items from his site, like he mentioned he would in that podcast. And this pen is by far my absolute favorite. I've been carrying it with me everywhere for about the last month, and I do mean everywhere. So I have traveled to Italy, the Netherlands, and I've been carrying this pen and taking notes and making sketches as we go, and it's been amazing. I actually bought another one. So Joey was kind enough to send me one, and then my family keeps trying to steal it because they want that pen, and so I bought another one because I was like, I cannot not have this pen because I like it so much. So I ended up buying another one for myself just to make sure that I had one at least if the other one got taken or somebody else confiscated it in our family. So I don't think you can go wrong with a really, really nice pen, especially for product managers, designers. We tend to like to write things, take notes, sticky notes, things like that. And this is a great pen. So that one from Baron Fig. Next up, a Lego sculpture. So Lego has a number of these types of really cool looking flowers and plants and sculptures. The one I listed in here is Birds of Paradise for about $99. And it's no secret that I love Lego. If you read my newsletter, if you listen to these podcasts, you know that I have many Lego sets and I love working on new ones. But you don't have to be a Lego lover to appreciate the beauty of some of these desktop plant sets, like Birds of Paradise, for example. So you can encourage that product person or designer in your life to take a break, create a beautiful Lego set, and then let them display it on their desk, in their office, wherever, without the stress of having to keep plants alive. And I think these look awesome. So I don't have one yet in my Lego set repertoire, but probably will soon. And that Birds of Paradise one that I listed is the one that I have my eye on. All right. So those are 3 options for a little bit more moderately priced gift ideas. And I don't think you can go wrong with any of those. All right. So finally, the higher price point items. So first up, Jabra Elite 7 Pro earbuds. Whether you're back to commuting, you're in the office occasionally, you're remote full time, you're just traveling, whatever you're doing, we all need good Bluetooth earbuds for listening to podcasts like this one, or just blocking out noise. I've been a huge fan of Jabra's line of earbuds for a long time now. I have had the 75T, the 85T, and now the Elite 7 Pros, which I'm recommending here. They've all been great. With the Elite 7, they are constantly making like the audio enhancements and making calls clear and all of those things, which are awesome. The thing I love the most is being able to use like each earbud independently. It used to be that you could just use the right one. Now you can use the left or the right or both together. I just love it. I love being able to do that. That's just like one of my favorite things. It's probably not even that big of a deal for most people, but to be able to like choose if I want the mono earbud, the pair of earbuds, and however I want to do it. So definitely check those out. About $119, and definitely a great set of earbuds for whatever you're doing, exercising, commuting, traveling, anything. So that is first up. Next up, the Remarkable 2 writing tablet. I love handwriting notes. I use my iPad and have for a while for taking tons of notes, for writing things, sketching things out. But I've been tempted many, many times by the Remarkable 2 for about $299. And it is designed for writing. So it pulls everything together very nicely from what I understand. I was talking with someone who had one at a conference earlier this year, and they use it for everything, which I could definitely see myself doing as well. Whether, again, it's taking notes, whether it's sketching out ideas, whatever it is dedicated to that. And so from my understanding, does it very well. So definitely check that out if you have someone or know someone who is taking lots of notes, writing lots of things, enjoys the handwriting, because this is very much dedicated to that specifically, the Remarkable 2. All right. Next up, online learning. And I put a link in here for Coursera Plus, which is about $3.99 per year. I think all of us are looking to increase our skills or learn something new. I know I am. And what better way to do that than to have access to a ton of online courses and options? I think the gift of a subscription to an online learning platform like Coursera or any of the others, there's lots of other ones out there dedicated to specific things, will give your gift recipient the option to choose to learn just about anything that they could want. And I don't think you could go wrong with a number of these different options. And again, for about like $400 a year, ultimately that becomes like a very reasonable thing if you're looking for a nice high-end gift for someone somebody who works for you, whatever it is. So definitely check that one out. And rounding it out, the Steelcase Gesture chair for around $1,200 on Amazon. I don't have this chair, but I now have some serious chair envy of anyone who does. Wirecutter rates it as the best office chair. And if you take a look at it, you can probably see why. It looks really, really nice. It has a ton of places to adjust, so it fits you just perfectly, and apparently is really durable. So if you're going to be sitting for a long time, which is probably a lot of us, then investing in a nice chair that will last for a while, that will be really, really comfortable, is probably a good idea. And apparently this is the one. So I am open to anybody who wants to gift me that chair right now. So there you have it. Our latest list of 10 ideas to help you get a gift for that person, that product manager, designer, technology enthusiast, whoever it is in your life. And hopefully, potentially inspire some other ideas. I don't think you can go wrong with anything on this list. And hopefully it gives you some ideas as well for other things that might be good gifts. But I hope all of you have a very good holiday season. And again, feel free to send any of these items my way as well, if you feel like such a thing is what you want to do in this holiday season. If not, definitely feel free to send them to the person or people in your life, and they will, I'm sure, love them. So that is our episode for this week. Again, crossover. We're doing this for both Product Thinking and Product by Design. Wherever you're listening to it, remember to follow wherever you get your podcasts, and check out the other podcast, whichever one you weren't listening to. Product Thinking, which tends to be a little bit shorter and goes along with the newsletter that I write, or Product by Design, which tends to be a little bit longer podcast that I do. It tends to focus on interviews with other people in the industry. So definitely worth checking out. Wherever you get your podcast, do that. And check out my newsletter at Product Thinking. You can find that at productthinking.cc. And you can follow me on Twitter at Kyle Larry Evans. Link is in the show notes. And follow each of these podcasts, whichever one, Product Thinking or Product by Design. You can find the links for all of those in the show notes as well. And until next time, keep questioning all of those assumptions and have a very, very good holiday season.
Thanks again for listening. If you like the show, be sure to follow or subscribe on your favorite podcast app. You can follow the show on Twitter at Prod by Design. That's prod_by_design. You can follow me at Kyle Larry Evans on Twitter as well. If you want more product conversation, check out my newsletter, Product Thinking, at productthinking.cc. You can follow me on Medium at Kyle Larry Evans as well, or check out my Medium publication, Product by Design. Thanks again.